Hello, my name is Matthew.
I'm Philip.
Will.
Hi, I'm Alejandro Colina, and I'm gonna talk about orcas. And do you know that in the wild the average life expectancy of orcas is 50 to 30 to 60 years, and for females, the life expectancy is to 70 to 100 years, which I didn't know because it's really fascinating. But do you know that in captivity, the life expectancy is from like 30, from 10 years to maybe even 20 or 30. These are my sources. Okay, I'm gonna talk about the killer whales or orcas. Okay, I'm gonna say the life of the killer whales. The problem is their life in captivity and the dangers they bring. The solution is setting the animals to their habitats. And the life of the killer whale in the wild. Orcas feed on fish, squids, birds, and marine mammals like dolphins. Orcas use like echo sounds, like they communicate between some like scream to each other. And to play, they bounce, and they also use the echo communication to locate the food and find their families and to hunt. The official worldwide population of orcas are currently unknown, but they can estimate that it will be like 50,000 individuals. And the killer whales are the largest of the dolphins and of the world's most powerful predators because they cannot be bitten by any other ones. And whales make a wide variety of communicative sounds, and each pod has distinctive noises its its member will recognize even at distance. They use echolocation to communicate and hunt, making sounds that travel underwater. They encounter objects, they bounce back, revealing their location, size, and shape. Oh, also, the child always stays with the mother. You can see the picture in there, like that's a calf and that's the mother. Okay, do you know that the orca's brain has a part of the brain that we don't have because they are the same family as the dolphins. They have a part of the brain that we do not possess. Like that's how they communicate. They feel emotion. They are all different, like dogs, cats. These animals are extremely intelligent animals that are well organized and follow highly complex social structures with their pods, which often consists of larger groups of family members that can span several generations. In fact, the social structure of killer whales is considered one of the most stable social structures of any animal species and is sometimes compared to the culture of human and elephants. Killer whales are protective of their young and other adolescent females, often assist the mother in caring for them. Mother gives birth every 3 to 10 years after a 17-month pregnancy. Do you know that? Ah, okay. Okay. The life in captivity. Orcas in the wild have an average life expectancy to 30 to 50 years. Their estimated maximum lifespan is to 60 to 70 to 100. Okay, and all captive adult male orcas have collapsed dorsal fins. You know, have you noticed if you ever guys have gone to see Shamu in SeaWorld, you can see the fin is like not flat like it should be, like a shark. Okay, because they have a vena space in which to swim freely and are fed on natural diet like because okay they are animals but still even though they live in the water they need some the fish they eat they are hydrated because they hunting them. But in SeaWorld what they give frozen food which the hydration they need it doesn't come to them. How SeaWorld confines whales who often swim up to 100 miles a day in the wild to tanks that to them are the size of a bathtub. An orca at SeaWorld will have to swim the circumference of the main pool, one, nine, 19,000 times in one day to swim that same distance. Okay, you can see this picture the of the killer whales in the wild. I mean in SeaWorld. You can see them being fed and being shown, and that one is being just trying to have some fun because they have nothing to do. They just swim all around the pool, or maybe just float, and that's a picture of in the wild, and this is a picture of being in captivity. Okay, in their lives in captivity, orcas who are not compatible are forced to live in tight quarters together. The resulting anxiety and tension cause fights between orcas. In the wild, orcas have strong social bonds that may last for life. Their social rules prohibit serious violence against each other, and when fights do occur, they can find space to flee because suddenly someone is fighting against you and you can go away, but in a tank like that, there's no way to run. And in captivity, orcas are unable to hunt and obtain the water from their prey, so SeaWorld gives them gelatin, which is a substance that is not natural for them, in attempt to keep them hydrated. Silicon, who weighs 12,000 pounds, alone consumes 83 pounds of gelatin every day. Orcas in captivity go out embarrassed at concrete from stress, anxiety, and boredom, sometimes breaking their teeth and resulting in painful dental drilling without anesthesia. Okay, you can see now how they cut them. Basically, what they do is they separate the fathers from their pods, and the mothers take the child with them. They use a helicopter to follow the mothers and the child, and because they are trying to escape underwater. But whenever they need to take some air again, the helicopter spots them, and they tell to the speedboats to get the net, and they cut them, and they make like an area to put them together, and they start grabbing them, which are the babies they start getting. Okay, I'm gonna talk about the dorsal fins. Wild whales spend their lives in constant motion, traveling vast distances underwater in weightless environment. The water currents against the fin helps to shape into the erect position. On the other hand, captive whales spend most of their time floating at the surface of the small pools because they do not spend their time submerged in motion. The domestic fin, the pride of the male orca, slowly begins to droop and fall over. Dorsal fins are composed of a fibrous tissue called collagen, the same substance we compose our ligaments and tendons. Collagen is also responsible for the elasticity of our skin and is mostly made of water. The question of how the hydration affects a whale dorsal fin is a question of how the hydration affects collagen. There have been multiple studies demonstrating the dehydration causes collagen to become weak and brittle, which makes the dorsal fin to go not flat. Okay, you can see the difference in there with the dorsal fin and then the wall with the fin going down. Okay, the incident is that's Silicon, and he has killed three people already. One was not in Siberia, it was called Sealand. It was called Sealand because Silicon was caught in 1967 and he was sent to Sealand. And what they did is they didn't have the space as they have in SeaWorld to keep them while they're not in the shows. Whenever they were not in the shows, they were putting like in 1,100 feet wide and 200 feet long, which is not the space it should be long because the only thing they could do is go down instead of going sideways. Because imagine being there to the entertainment for the audience. They put you in a cage where you barely can move. Silicon is one of the most whales that have caused monthly deaths to people in the last 30 years. The most recent was in 2010 when he was in the middle of the show and Doug Branshew was the trainer in that moment. She was on top of Telecon, but Telecon, instead of leaving her, he took her down by her foot and then drowned her on the pool, and she died from drowning. Okay, I should say we should let them free of because orcas suffer mentally and physically just to line SeaWorld's pockets. You can help them the momentum in our sites with the release of Blackfish, which is a field which shows trainers, former trainers, talking about what they did in SeaWorld and how they feel. And recent lawsuits against SeaWorld joined the fight to help orcas and tell our friends never to go to SeaWorld because with the film Blackfish, most of the trainers that get the job at SeaWorld as trainers in the shows, they probably didn't have any knowledge of the past attacks, whatever happened to them, like because there have been an accident, and the most recent incident is in Orlando, but that also happened in San Diego, in SeaWorld San Diego, where they were doing a show where a trainer was on top of one whale, but they were doing the pool. The guy on the pool, the guy on the well was riding the wall around the pool while the whale was jumping, and it was bad time for him, and the whale jumped in front of the guy and ended up killing him. And you can see why we should let them free. Okay, in summary, even though SeaWorld shows and tells the public the animals are happy, some people feel how these animals feel, being put through rigorous training where they do not eat enough what they're supposed to. I think you can see how these animals are put through with society and living in practically a bathtub. And I hope you can see the harm. With the small changes, we can achieve great results. So I hope so you learn something new about orcas. Thank you.